everyone, I am Princess Anne Mangliwan, a BE Ed 3rd year. Today I will discuss of curriculum development models. According to Malcolm, education is the passport for the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. These quotes about how you should take your education important. And in education, there is curriculum. We all know that curriculum development is defined as planned, as purposeful, progressive, and systematic process to create positive improvements in the educational system and considered the heart of any learning institution, which means that schools or universities cannot exist without a curriculum. Also, in curriculum development is not an easy task to perform, or the responsibility cannot be given to anyone out of the blue. It has its own way in politics. You need to have a proper idea about how you should approach for curriculum development. Curriculum plays an important role in creating the base of education, hence a professional training in how to develop curriculum can be effective to learn the process. One of the changes in curriculum is that what we call model. A model is the first step in curriculum development. It determines of what type of curriculum must be used and it encompasses educational philosophy, approach to teaching and methodology. First is linear model of curriculum development. Second is cyclical model of curriculum development. Third is dynamic model of curriculum development. First is linear model of curriculum development. This model prescribes a rational step-by-step procedure for curriculum development starting with objectives. The linear model includes the Tyler's rational linear model. Ralph Tyler published more than 700 articles and 16 books. He is known for the basic principles of curriculum and instruction which is he based it from the 8-year study of Ornstein and Hopkins 1998. About his model, Tyler's model was one of the best known models for curriculum development. He is known also for the special attention it gives to the planning phases and deductive for it proceeds from the general. It examines the needs of society, for example, to the specific, specifying instructional objectives. Tyler recommends that curriculum planners identify general objectives by gathering data from three sources, which is the learners, contemporary life outside the school, and the subject matter. And after identifying numerous general objectives, the planners refine them by filtering them through two screens. These are the philosophical screen and the psychological screen. Tyler used these screens for advices. In philosophical screen, Tyler advised teachers of a particular schools to formulate educational and social philosophy and to outline values by emphasizing four democratic goals. While in the psychological screen, the teachers must clarify the principles of learning that they believe to be the sound. These two screens is also known for instructional objectives. There are strengths that is stated in Tyler's model. First, it is clearly stated objectives, a good place to begin. Second, it involves the active participation of the learner, stated by Prydox 2003. Third, according to Billings and Halstead 2009, it is simple a linear approach to develop of behavioral objective. In opposite of strengths, first is it is narrowly interpreted objectives. Second is it is difficult and time-consuming construction of behavioral objectives. And last is curriculum restricted to a constricted range of student skills and knowledge.
Wheeler's Curriculum Development Model. Wheeler model was an educator at the University of Western Australia in 1967. Wheeler defined curriculum as the planned experiences offered to the learner under the guidance of the school, influenced by the work of Tyler, Taba, and Bloom. The Wheeler curriculum model is prescriptive as well as cyclical with the 5 interdependent. First, aims, goals, and objectives. Second, learning experience. Third, selection of content. Fourth, organization and integration of learning experiences and content. Lastly, evaluation. Wheeler's cyclical model has the strengths and weaknesses. The strength of Wheeler model are cyclical model which provide logical consequence. Evaluation should be in every step before move to the next steps. Does not have terminal. Evaluation gives feedback. Has baseline data for objectives. And weaknesses of this model are it takes time to undertake an effective situational analysis. Not every different from Tyler model since it adopts logical consequences.
And last is dynamic models of curriculum development. According to Print 1989 and Brady 1990, the basic tenet of the dynamic or interactional models of curriculum development is that curriculum development is a dynamic and interactive process which can begin with any curriculum element. The proponents of this approach to curriculum development argue that the curriculum process does not follow a linear sequential pattern. Dynamic models have emerged from a more descriptive approach to curriculum where researchers have observed the behavior of teachers and developers as they devise curricula.
Skelbeck's model locates curriculum design and development firmly within a cultural framework. It views such design as whereby teachers modify and transform pupil experience through providing insight into cultural values, interpretative frameworks, and symbolic systems. It is more comprehensive framework which can encompass either the process model or objectives model depending on which aspects of the curriculum are being designed. It is flexible, adaptable, and open to interpretation in the light of changing circumstances. It does not presuppose a linear progression through its components. Teachers can begin at any stage and activities can develop concurrently. The model outline does not presuppose a means and analysis at all. It's simple, encourages teams or groups of curriculum developers to take into account different elements and aspects of curriculum development, to see the process as an organic whole, and to work in a moderately systematic way. And Skelbeck's very importantly, it forced those involved in curriculum development to consider systematically their particular context, and it links their decisions to wider cultural and social considerations. The strength of this model are first is realistic way of handling curriculum development. Second, can start with any of the phases or process of curriculum. Third, offers flexibility. Fourth, developers are free to be more creative. And fifth, curriculum evaluation ensures reconstruction. Also, there is weaknesses. First, appears confusing. Second, confusion rather than directly. Third, seems lack of direction. Fourth, developers waste significant amount of time by not following a logical sequence. And last is lack of emphasis of objectives. And that's all for today, and goodbye.